Hi everyone, and welcome to Volume 2 of Randy's Corner, where we will spend a few minutes with Randy Ebner and members of the Worldwide Law Department. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Mary Beth Balhoff, and I'm currently part of the Chemicals Law team. We will also be joined by members of our Law Department, Cho Min Tan from Singapore and Frederick Peels from Machelen, Belgium. So Randy, you've now been General Counsel for about 8 months. What have you learned during that time as GC that has surprised you?
Well, first thing I can say is it's amazing how fast time flies. It's hard to believe I've been in this role 8 months, but in truth, no matter what role I or any of us play, really it's very important to think from the perspective of how much talent this law department really has. I'm not just talking about the lawyers, I'm talking about everyone in this law department, from the newest employee, the newest support person, to the most senior people. What really has impressed me is the teamwork, the incredible talent, passion, energy each of us shows every day in order to help our clients hopefully achieve their ultimate objectives in protecting the shareholders. I'm very impressed with the way we think strategically, which is now front and center with what we all should be doing on a daily basis. And most importantly, the integrity, the honesty each of us bring to the office every single day.
Great, that's really helpful. Thanks, Randy. We're now going to be joined by Frederick Peels, who is in Machelen, Belgium, which is just outside of Brussels. Frederick is part of our Chemicals Law team in Benelux, and he also plays an important role as our lead attorney on data privacy issues in the EU. Hello, Frederick.
Regards from Belgium, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to participate in this discussion. My first question is about technology and how it will impact the law department. The digital era is upon us, and I think that we as lawyers, just like our business clients, should embrace it and use the opportunities that technology has to offer. What is your view on this? Do you agree?
First of all, Frederick, let me thank you for all the work you've done and continue to do in this space. It's one of those areas you go back several years, probably a lot of us would never have paid attention to, especially on the privacy front. And it's now front and center with many other newer practices. So let me personally thank you for your leadership, for the law department, and all of us in the group for all the work you've done. I like to tell a story. When I started as a young lawyer in 1980 in the law department, I was still using a dictaphone, and my secretary took shorthand. Who would have ever guessed that over the years that passed, we went from that model to first computers, and now basically this incredibly progressive digital world of technology. Clearly, technology is what separates companies from one another, and we all know our corporation is very, very focused on developing technology and using it to gain a competitive advantage. And clearly, we in the law department, I think, have a similar obligation, as appropriate, to use that technology to become more efficient, to basically become more connected to the extent we can do that. But again, it's important that we use it in the right way.
Let's now turn it over to Cho Min Tan, who is located in our BSC in Bangalore, India. Cho Min was previously located in Singapore. Among his other duties, is very involved in supporting the company and its engagement relating to managed service providers in India. Cho Min?
Thank you very much, and thank you, Randy, for this opportunity. My first question involves managed service providers, or MSPs. It is a term that is being used throughout the corporation these days. Do you think the law department will one day adopt the MSP strategy as well? And if so, how?
Well, thank you for a very important question. But let me first also thank you for all you're doing to help establish the BSC in India. This is an expanding landscape, not only in India, but around the world, and we appreciate all your efforts in that regard. But MSPs, for me, they really are equivalent to what we've been doing in this law department throughout the 136 years I mentioned a few moments ago. When I think about where we do retain outside counsel, and we've done that for decades, that in effect, that's an MSP relationship. So I don't ever see, first of all, the change of the importance of an internal, very robust, very global law department that we're all very proud members of. But what I do see is the continuing use of outside counsel as needed for specialized practice areas, for litigation, and most importantly, to the need for all of us to make sure we're looking at expanding that landscape of who we turn to as outside counsel when needed, and also identifying, like we do in-house, some of the future generations of experts in particular areas that we want to develop for decades to come in that outside counsel arena. So when I think about MSPs, I don't think there's any change from what we in the law department have been doing and will be doing in the future.
Showmin and Frederick, thank you very much for participating in today's discussion. We look forward to future opportunities to chat with Randy. Randy, thanks again so much for spending time with us here today. Do you have any final thoughts you want to leave us with?
Well, first of all, let me thank everyone in the law department again for everything you do every day of the week. I know a lot of times it's personal sacrifice. So one of the things I want to remind everyone is it's important that we continue to focus on work-life balance, that we have families, we have other important aspects of our life beyond ExxonMobil, beyond the law department. Let's not forget those, because without the support of our friends, our family, and other folks that we engage with outside the workplace, we want to be successful people. When we have that support, we know when we come on to the workplace that it makes our lives that much easier to manage. Now we have that waiting for us when we go home every night. I'm very excited. Again, it's a privilege and honor to sit in this chair. But my chair is no different than any of yours. You've heard me say that before. We're all colleagues, and no matter what we do for this law department, and we will remain colleagues, hopefully for years and decades to come. So thank you.